Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Ed Keating. I'm the Vice President of SIA's Content Division, and I'd like to welcome you, along with Wendy, to this webinar. So we've got just a couple of slides for you, and as Wendy suggested, we encourage you to use the chat function for any questions. It's just easier instead of having everybody unmuted in case hold music comes on or anything like that. So, and we did this for a recent CODiE presentation and actually worked out quite well. So with that said, I'm going to move us along here. So we've got a couple people on the call today. Wendy is our new awards program coordinator, and she's really been working hard these last almost 12 months to revamp the program, and we'll talk to you a little bit about those changes. I've introduced myself as head of the content division, and we also have Jenny Hansen available, and she's been actively involved in the CODiE Awards for several years now, and can answer any questions about sort of how we may have done things in the past when we scheduled a lot of judging calls with nominees. So just to keep things moving along, I'll touch on our short agenda for today. So first off, we'll just give you some important updates as to what's new in 2012. Last year we made quite a few changes to the program, and some of those went smoothly, some of those did not. As a result, we took in a lot of feedback from both judges and nominees, as well as staff, and have made some adjustments that we think will make this year's CODiEs run very smoothly. We'll also touch very importantly on really how the judging process works, and then we'll cover a timeline, and we've got designated time at the end for Q&A, although if you have questions as we're going along and put them in the chat window, we'll do our best to answer them. So let me just move over to the categories for this year. So these are the categories for the content division. So they tend to focus on information-type products or software related to specific verticals in the information industry. So as you read through these, you might see political information, sales and marketing intelligence, business information, etc. And all the ones that are listed in blue are new or substantially changed categories from last year. So hopefully some of you may be judging in these categories, and we're doing our best to get the most number of nominees so that we can have a robust season going forward in terms of bestowing CODiE Awards to the lucky winners. There are also some changes to the judging experience, and since Wendy works so closely with the judges, I'm going to turn over the podium, if you will, to her to walk us through these next couple slides. So Wendy?
Great. Thanks, Ed. And hello, everyone. So first, we'll just go over the changes to the judging experience. I know on the call we have some longtime judges, some returning judges, and some new judges. First, I just want to point out that this year we have category-specific criteria. Last year we had one set that was meant for every category, but this year we wanted to change that and make sure that the criteria is very specific to each category. And this criteria can be found, it's on our website where the categories are listed. It's under the description in bolded form, and also when you log in to fill in your score form, it will also be there as well. This year, we wanted you guys, the judges, to have the option to choose between a live product demonstration or a pre-recorded demonstration. We did recognize last year that there were some scheduling issues. Time zones have an effect as well. And we do understand the value of a demo, but we wanted to make it easier for everyone and give you the option So when I assign products to you, the nominee will contact you, and you'll let them know which version you prefer. And besides doing a demonstration, we ask that the nominees provide access to the product in some way, and it could be in one of the 4 ways that is listed here: a full copy of the product, login information for an online-only product, maybe it's a self-running CD demo, or some sort of self-running online demo access. Now for how it works, I'll assign you up to 5 products to review in a category, and I'll send you an email with these products, and I'll ask that you just email me back and let me know that you're okay with these products. Especially, we're more looking for if there's a potential conflict of interest, and if that happens, I'll take that product away and assign you to a different one. And again, you will be provided with access to the product, and there will be a product demonstration. And the same as last year, your scores count for 80% of the final score. So it's a pretty big percentage. Ed, is there anything you want to add in here before I move on?
No, I think you touched on it, especially the importance of the role that judges have in this juried competition. The weight of the judges' recommendations is really the largest part in determining who's a CODiE finalist and eventually a winner. So we do appreciate all the time and effort that you'll be putting in to judge these products.
Great, thank you. Here's a timeline of how this cycle will work for the digital content categories. Nominations do close this Friday, and you'll receive your assignments starting hopefully next week. I'm going to do everything I can to get those out to you as quickly as I can so that you can review them and get back to me and let me know that you're all set with those. And then we do ask that you have all your scores submitted by November 25th. I do know that's right around Thanksgiving, so keep that in mind. Just try to get them in before Thanksgiving. And after the first round review finishes, in December we do have our member voting, and that's done by SIIA members. And then on January 24th, we will present the awards during a dinner during the Information Industry Summit in New York City. And we do hope that anyone joins us as part of that. We'd love to have you there. Again, just to reiterate, we really ask that you get your scores in on time. It just makes it a lot smoother for everyone, and once I have all the scores in, it makes it much better for me to announce the finalists even sooner. Next, I just have some judging tips, and some of these have come from longtime judges as well who've been through this process many times. One is just to familiarize yourself with the judging form and the criteria. This is what you'll use to evaluate the products. If you have any questions about the criteria, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'd be happy to clarify anything for you. Also, try not to compare the products that you review. You may not, depending on how many products are in a category, you may not be assigned to every product. So doing a comparison really isn't the best way to go about that. So we really, please just try not to compare them and use the criteria that we've provided. I also suggest submitting your scores after you review each product. That way it's fresh in your mind, and I think that this will help with not comparing the products so much, as opposed to if you wait till you've reviewed all your products and score them each all at the same time. Ask the product presenters to explain why they think the product is important, why it saves time, why it's worth purchasing, and also what makes the product special and unique, and really what warrants a CODiE award. Please provide some feedback at the end end of the judging form as well, we found that the nominees really like this written feedback, and they do use it for help in improving their product and making adjustments to it to make it better for everyone. Ask about training and whether user guides or online tutorials are available as well. Ed, do you have any other tips you'd like to add in here?
Well, I just want to amplify the one you just made, which is putting in some useful feedback, because one of the benefits for the nominees is really to hear what you all think of these products, because it's really a unique relationship that you have. You're not a customer of these products, so it's not necessarily they're trying to sell the product to you, but they're really getting the value of your opinions and all your accumulated knowledge and wisdom in the category. So whatever you're able to provide can be quite insightful for product developers and really anybody else on the team, or even the marketers. So the more that you can put down, the better. And as these tips say, and speaking as a former judge myself when I was a member and not a staff person of SIA, it's really important to write down your impressions after the demo and not try and do them all 3, 4, 5 days later. So those are just the two that I'd want to draw special attention to, Wendy.
Excellent. Thank you. Before we move on to some question and answer, I do want to add in, I don't think I made this clear, once the nomination cycle closes, and I do send out the products you're assigned to, that will also include instructions for your next steps as far as how you log in to be able to see the scoring form, nominee contact information, things like that. So I think at this time, if you have any questions, you can just type them into the chat box, and we'll answer as many as we can.
First one is a really easy one for us presenters. Can you send this presentation deck to us? So Wendy, I don't think there's a problem with that, especially since there's a lot of good tips and dates in it.
Sure, absolutely. We can send that, and this is being recorded, so I will have a link that I can send out to if you'd like to review it again.
One other question that came in, and I don't know if this was a public chat or private chat, was where the awards are being held. And I might not have mentioned this on the earlier slide, which is the awards that we showed you on, let's see, I think I can easily get back there. On this page here are the CODiE awards only for the content division of SIA. For those of you SIA veterans, you know that we have an education group, a software division, etc. Those groups have additional awards. I think we probably run somewhere between 70 to maybe 80 CODiEs across the entire division. So we're only talking about the 17 or so that are listed on this page. And those awards for both education and software will be given out in May in San Francisco. And they operate on a slightly different timeline in terms of when their deadlines are and when the judging has to happen, et cetera. So I just want to make that distinction because I wasn't clear at the beginning.
Great. That's a great point.
Any other questions? I was going to suggest, Wendy's been kind enough to put her email and phone here, so that's certainly another way to reach out.
Sure, definitely. And at any time, if you do have any questions or you run into a problem with the nominee, please get a hold of me, and I will do what I can to resolve the issue.
Okay, there's two great questions that, maybe three questions that came up while we were chatting. So one is a previous judge last time around entered scores and found out later that the information wasn't saved, by which point he'd completely forgotten about the app. Do we have a fix for that this time? So it's a concern about, I guess, the cloud nature of our judging system. That I really don't know. Usually, usually the software that our internal team builds, I think, tends to capture everything, even though it's not quote-unquote saved. So my first answer is, if that happens, let us know immediately, because we may have all the stuff in there and it just may be something that isn't showing up where you think it should. That's just been my experience with our IT team. They tend to be really smart about grabbing stuff as soon as it's entered. But Wendy, I don't know if you have a specific answer to that point.
No, I agree with what you said, Ed. I don't think we should have any problems for that this year.
And if we do, please let us know. And the second question that came up is, if we have a category we prefer, how do we communicate that? Wendy, I think that's through the judging application itself, where people tend to select categories, but maybe there's a more nuanced approach we have now.
Sure, yes. It's on the judge application. You can, when you chose your categories, that rank them. If you're not sure, if you want to double check, please email me. If you ever want to switch a category, let me know. And I'll do what I can to get you the category that you really want to do.
Great. Let's see. Another couple questions that came in is there a limit to the number of products in a category? And then there's a follow-up question. So I'm going to say, is there a limit on the number of products in the category? On the upper end, no. I mean, if we had a lot of people who nominated, that would be great, but it would probably mean that the following year we'd sit down with my board of directors and say, maybe we should split this if there are too many. But the follow-on question is, what if there's only one or two submissions? And unfortunately, that does happen from time to time. And if the number is that small, we do one of two things. We either kill the category and say, we just couldn't support it, or if appropriate, and if the nominees agree, we may combine a couple of those smaller categories to see if there might be another way to make an award. So, Wendy, those are my answers based on what I've seen in the past. But feel free to correct me if I went off the rails there.
No, that's exactly right.
Okay, good. Let's see. Going back to the can I save my answers? A suggestion for future years. It would be a nice touch to be able to download the answers to our local machines. So and we can let Dan know. I know we're going through some changes to our internal systems, but I don't know if CODiE will be touched by our new systems that we're rolling out. So, but we'll certainly let our IT team know about that, because there's nothing more vexing than filling something like that. It's sort of like doing a whole mortgage application and having the thing get wiped out. So we don't want to have anybody get that frustrated.
Sure, and that brings up another good point. At any time, I know many of you have done this for many years. If you have any suggestions as to how we can improve this, we are always open to taking those, and we really appreciate that feedback.
Great point. Great point. Because in a lot of ways, we're having to walk sort of a mile in our customers' shoes. We're trying to build a workflow product for professionals to help them with a task that we've created. So, you are our customers in that sense. We want to make sure that whatever we're putting out there is something that's actually useful and helps you achieve that important task in the most efficient and effective manner possible. Okay, last call for questions. Looks like no more have come in. So are there any others before we wrap it up for the day? All right. Well, Wendy, I think we're set. I think you can adjourn us.
Great. Thanks, everyone. And please, if you have any questions, email me, call me. Be happy to talk to you.
Great. And from the Content Division, thank you for your time and agreeing to be a judge this year. We really appreciate all your hard work and hope that you'll be able to make it to the Information Industry Summit when the awards are actually given out. Thank you.
Thank you. Please stand by.